What's up, baby bullies? It's your girl, Narc Bully, and I am here to bring awareness to narcissistic abuse. So today's topic is going to be, how do I know I'm not a narcissist? I have gotten that question from people so many times. Men and women both. They'll ask me, well, what about this? Because, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, why? I mean, I'll answer the question, but it's like, why do you ask that? And it's like, I just want to make sure I'm not a narcissist. I just want to make sure, because they hear me talking about it. They know about the awareness. They seeing this. They hearing about this. So it's like, they're like, well, I just want to make sure I'm not one of what you talking about. So in most cases, I tell them, you're not. For one, if you were, I would know. You wouldn't even have the access to me that you got, unless we just had to work together or do, church, or I don't know. But even then, no. But I'm gonna give y'all, and not too long ago, a narcissist who I know is a narcissist asked me. They would, I feel like they were throwing shade, Narc being a narc. This is what do what you do. I'm still going to be great in God. But anyway, it was like, well, you talking to all these people about, this and this and this. How you know you're not a narcissist? I just had to chuckle and let it roll on. But if you've ever gotten that question from a narcissist, or if you have questioned yourself in regards to, well, dang, whether you see my videos or somebody else's, because it's many people talking about it, and I'm glad they are, because we need to raise all the awareness we can raise. But anyway, if you have questioned yourself, or somebody has questioned you as to, well, how you know you're not a narcissist, I'm gonna give you 3 reasons, or three ways you can tell you ain't no dang narc. Okay? I'm gonna give y'all 3. And I took notes on this piece of paper so I didn't forget anything. That happened on one of these videos, child. I'm not doing that today. But, so, there was one person who mentioned this to me, who asked me. And I told him, I said, the simple fact that you asked the question, it lets me know that, nah. The reason why, because some of y'all may be like, okay, he asked the question, that don't mean he ain't no dang narc. What you talking about? I get it, and it makes sense what you're thinking, or what you said, or whatever. But self-reflection, because they ask the question, or are inquisitive, or have inquired of whether or not they're a narc, that represents self-reflection. That represents the ability to freaking self-reflect. You know what I'm saying? Narcs ain't got that. I didn't say narcs don't have that. They ain't got that. They don't. They do not have the ability to self-reflect. Hence the reason, if they screw you over, they treat you like crap, abuse you day after day after day after day, they don't have moments like normal people whose brains work like normal people. They don't have moments where they sit on their couches, or they on the toilet, doing number 2, and they like, dang, man, I shouldn't have did that girl like that. That one, let me call in up. That wasn't even right. They don't do that crap. Because if they did, it wouldn't be so many broken hearts in their past, or hell, in their present, whatever. They do not have the ability to self-reflect. Again, again, hence the reason, the lack of empathy. Ain't no self-reflection. I remember a narc posting about self-reflection on one of their statuses, and I was thinking to myself, okay, this must be because he knows this is the trend. Everybody's evolving and self-reflecting, all that. Because I know this man ain't reflecting on nan bit of himself, the true self or the false self. You can't. But anyway, that's the first way you know. Because you have the ability to self-reflect. Narcs do not. The second way you know you ain't no narcissist is because you've evolved. you have evolved. Well, hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully you have evolved. You've evolved, and that's a great way to tell you're not a narcissist. Narcs don't evolve. They do not evolve. Again, back to that ability that they can't. I remember talking to a friend a while ago. This was probably about 2 summers ago. And I was telling her about, a particular situation, with a particular someone. And she said to me, she was like, he's still doing that after all these years. And all she could do was chuckle like, my dude, this is how old you still doing that? You still got girls fighting over you? You still cheating? You still doing that? What you was doing 5, 6, 7 years ago? Who does that? A narc does that. They cannot evolve. If you've evolved, no, you're not a narc. And this is why I talk about like they are soulless creatures. They don't have hearts. They don't have souls. And I heard Dr. Matthew Stevenson of All Nations. I don't know if you heard of him. If you haven't, cool. If whatever, look him up if you like. But he's lit. He's dope. I love him. He said that which does not grow or evolve dies. How can you be here? If I'm 35, I'll be 36 November 23rd of this year. If the Lord says the same, I believe he will though. But like, if I was still the same chick I was, now granted, we all have maturing to do, growing up to do. You could be 45, 50, 25, 30. But if I was the same woman I was now that I was when I was 30, hell, even 32, 33, something's not right. And I don't mean evolve to where, okay, well, I feel like I'm talking real loud, y'all, but y'all know I get passionate, so y'all cool. I ain't talking about evolve to where, when I was 33, I was an entrepreneur with one business. Now I'm 35 and I have 3 businesses. Okay, that's litness. Let's be clear, that's lit. Get your money. Streams of income is the goal. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that ain't evolving. I don't mean that when I speak of evolving. I'm talking about where you used to would have let somebody have it or check that A word. Now, it's okay, girl. It's fine. We're good. And you can really mean it. That's an example of evolving. Or where even you used to respond to certain stuff or certain stuff used to bother you. Now it's like, I'm grown as ever. It's Sunday. I got to keep it like, I'm not going, it's certain stuff you don't do. And there's certain ways you can tell when someone has evolved. And if you have evolved, you are evolving as we speak, you ain't no narc. Because again, they can't. It's not happening. So again, this is for the people, because again, a narc came at me the other day talking about how you know you ain't no narc. Hating on what I'm doing. I don't know what the point was. I don't care, because I'm going to continue to do what I'm doing. But yeah, this is for those of y'all who've been questioned. How do you know you're not a narc? Or if you have questioned yourself as to, well, dang, I'm letting you know how you know you ain't. So I'm going to get to the last part because I got to finish eating my Popeyes. Listen, child. So the third thing is, we talked about, the first one was because you ask the question, you have the ability to self-reflect. Again, something narcs don't have. Second thing, because you are evolving or you have evolved. That ain't, narcs ain't about that life. They cannot. They don't evolve. Hell, devolve, if anything. They don't evolve. The last thing is, and this it's a lot of ways I could have gone with this, but I thought about this and I was like, it's small, but it's, it's real. You're not a narcissist when the people around you are evolving as well. Again, we're not talking about started from the bottom, now I'm here. I had $10 in the bank last year this time, and now I got 100,000. I'm not talking about that. Again, this is great. This is litness. Let's be clear. We all got to eat. Okay? But when the people, and I mean your people, Not, I mean, I know a lot of people, but my circle is like straight tight. Just only if you can get in. Everybody ain't got access. So I'm talking about your people. When the people around you are evolving as well. I have a friend. She just turned 23, 24. I ain't gonna give all the extra stuff, but she, like, from last year to this, and I'm not like bragging on me like, ooh, I helped you evolve, ooh, but we help each other, like the Bible says, iron sharpens iron. Help each other evolve. If the people around you not evolving, or if the people around you are evolving and growing, again, I'm talking about some love and light stuff. Not no, again, I'm making more money now, I got more. That don't matter. Numbers, whatever. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you ain't got the money that whoever else got, but people flock to you because of the love and the light. You evolve. You have a good heart. You're pure hearted. You're not perfect. Let's be clear. Because I'm here for the love and the light too. But there are some days, listen, there's no love, there's no light. But so I ain't talking about, you being perfect and all that, bubbly all the time. But when the people the people around you are evolving and changing for the better, that's another good way to tell you're not a narcissist. You're not a narcissist. So again, if you question yourself, ask yourself that, nah, sir, nah, bruh, you good. Because again, a narcissist won't even ask himself, am I a narcissist? They could know. But again, the self-reflection, they ain't about that life. They can't. They cannot. But that's it. Again, because you ask yourself the question, which lets you know you have the ability to self-reflect. The second way because you've evolved or are evolving. Once again, narcs don't do that. And the last thing, the people or those around you are evolving and changing for the better as well. If everybody in your clique still the same, which is the case with most narcs and their minions, everybody's still the same after 3-4 years, we still talking about the same stuff. You wanted to be an entrepreneur in this year, but you still not, or you wanted to do, like, you still in the same place. Nah. No. But again, that's the case with most narcissists and their circles. But again, if you got the people around you who are evolving and that iron is sharper than that iron, you're not a narc. So those are the 3 things. That's all I got, y'all. Till next time, love and light. Be great.